evening, everyone. I'm Ruchita, your host. Welcome to today's session. Today, we are going to discuss about fats. Is fat unnecessarily being made the villain? Are all the bad fats bad? And are we having enough or are we having too much? We're going to learn about the correct ratio of omega 3 to omega 6. We're going to discuss all this and much, much more from our experts tonight. To begin the session, it is my honor and privilege to invite Farooq Tarapur. He, ladies and gentlemen, is an Olympian, two-time world champion in sailing, and has had an active sporting career of 40 years. He's won innumerable awards, including the Chhatrapati Shivaji Award and the Arjuna Award. But most importantly, he's a mentor to each and every one of us on the group and a flag bearer on this journey with the mission Har Ghar Healthy, Har Ghar Medicine Free. Let's welcome him onto the virtual stage and listen to him very, very carefully. Over to you, Farooq.
Thank you, Ruchita. Welcome to this exciting Monday session. I just hope that you had a early dinner and did some exercise, because the worst thing that you can do is to have a late night dinner and go to sleep. Now, sometimes you might find that you are in a hurry and you can't do the exercise, or you can't have an early dinner. It's basically an organizational problem. All right. The minute you figure out that how important it is to have that early dinner and do some exercise, you will find a way around it. So try and, plan ahead, think ahead, organize yourself, and see that, even if you can't do a brisk walk or something like that, you at least do some other exercises. Now, we got this beautiful website, www.slimtrim.sexythin.com. It's got these amazing exercises where the principle over there is first do no harm. So these are very simple exercises, but extremely effective. And they are effective for, right from a young, teenager to somebody who's over 100 years old. So don't take these exercises lightly, just do them, because that's all an investment in your health. Today, we are going to be discussing a lot about fats and, a lot about omega-3. And omega-3, in my opinion, is a wonder product here. You just cannot, emphasize the importance of omega-3. In fact, there's been a lot of studies behind the Eskimos that how come that the Eskimos who eat a lot of fat, still don't seem to have a cardiac problem. And after a lot of research, they found that by default, these Eskimos were consuming a lot of salmon. And salmon is one of the fish which is extremely high in omega-3. And that is why it is a good idea that when you even have to take omega-3 supplements, you should ensure that you're taking it from, the right source. And there's nothing better, trust me. The Nutrilite omega-3 is an amazing supplement. And there is a huge difference between a maintenance dosage and a therapeutic dosage. Okay, just yesterday, I was reading, or 2 days ago, I was reading somebody's report, 51-year-old chap, 611 was his triglyceride. And the amazing thing was that his cholesterol levels were in control. They were, like below the 200 mark. Total cholesterol was below 200. The HDL, LDL was all okay. Most people focus on the cholesterol problem. They don't focus on the triglyceride. Trust me, high triglyceride is more dangerous than more cholesterol. Yeah. And nothing better than something like omega-3. Now, cardiac problems are the problems which are creating the maximum fatality in the world. Cardiac is number one, cancer is number two, and over medication is number three. So when people have this, little markers out of the line, they just rush all of a sudden, to uh, some medication like statins and things like that, and which only just, from the outside makes your report looks good, but it's really is not, treating the real cause. And as long as you keep treating the symptoms and you do not handle the cause, okay, that's really not a way to good health. Because if you don't find time now to, work on your health, ultimately two things will happen. Okay, you will have to find the time, for your sickness. And if you don't eat your food and your supplements now as medicine, you'll be eating medicine as food in the later years. So all this is a matter of investment. All this is a matter of just understanding what's good for you and helping others understand. And that's what this whole community is all about, because on the community, you can really learn together, share together, and be excited about, helping each other and helping each other have better holistic health. Today, you're very lucky because you're going to be listening from Veda, who was a top level, executive in an IT firm. And she basically had no idea, no clue about, omega-3 and omega-6. And she was internally suffering with her health. Ultimately, when she decided to make a change, see, the decision is most important over here. Once she made the decision, she found the time, she found the energy, she found the money, and she found a purpose. And she normally tells people that, when people ask her that, is this expensive or not? Is it difficult or it's easy? And her answer is very simple, and that is that it's a wrong question, and you should be asking whether it is worth it. So listen to Veda very carefully, because what she has to say would have a significant impact on your overall holistic health. Over to you, Veda.
Thank you so much, Farooq. Definitely, before Farooq actually introduced me or Raj introduced me to omega 3, I had no clue about the benefits. And now, as Farooq said, it is my magic pill to go to, and that's my favorite supplement to have. Okay, so along with listening about fats, which of course I've learned from the association, from the research that has been done by innumerable scientists and nutritionists, let me just share. We will also be looking at some harsh realities. When I say harsh realities, कि जो हम रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में हम करते हैं, खाते हैं, हम अपने हैबिट्स जो है एवरी डेली हैबिट्स, हाउ आर दे एक्चुअली इम्पैक्टिंग अस. कुछ कुछ आपको लगेगा ये तो हमें पता है, बट पता हो के भी हम अभी भी we are still undertaking those habits. So this is as a reminder and also a clarification on quite a few things that we will be seeing today. Right? We will talk about sugars, not just जो आप चीनी extra डालते हो, but hidden sugars, about fats. Fats मैं last लूंगी so that we delve more into details. Processed food, alcohol, smoking, how it damages our body, and why we should avoid it. Right? As I said, sugar is not just that white sugar or brown sugar or jaggery or honey, whatever we are taking from outside. There are a lot of hidden sugars in what we eat on a daily basis, right? एक जो हम बहुत लोगों का भी, even my family, we love to have pastas, but I don't know how to make a good pasta sauce, at least if it has to taste good. So the usual thing you would be usually to, buy the pasta sauce that comes in the market. But imagine there are at least 6 cubes of sugar in the pasta sauce, because uska wo jo khattas kam karna hai. Sugar is kind of a preservative. Similarly, for any packet juice, you really have to look at the ingredients to see whether it is pure juice, and very unlikely there are no preservatives in it. And usually there is added sugar. Don't just go by the front page. Do look at the barik ingredients behind. Your Mars bar or any of most of these chocolate bars have at least 6.5 cubes of sugar. Similar to do with cider, any tomato packet tomato soup, even your fruit yogurts. Even fruit yogurts don't just have
the actual fruit concentrate, but that fruit concentrate वो रखने के लिए भी उसमें sugar डाला गया रहता है, right? Then flavored waters. And unfortunately, these are things that most of our teenage kids love to have, or younger kids. Forget teenage kids. आजकल तो 3 साल 4 साल के बच्चे भी यही सब खाते हैं, right? And then the habit never dies. Then we have us also who love to have all of this. Now, the second thing is जो आप cereals खाते हो, and even in the group we continue to say cereals, any gummies, your for example even your the cheese or some other frozen even sandwich fillers etc. Please look at the ingredients जो fine print है कि actually वो ingredients क्या 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 contain करते हैं. Does it have added sugars? Does it really have the kind of, say for example, many cereals उसमें आपको दिखाई देगा made of whole multigrains and all of that, right? But अगर आप पीछे ingredients में देखोगे तो शायद cornflakes will be maximum and the multigrains will be probably 10%, 15%. There are some good ones as well, but they will not last long. So usually you will not find on the product, on your market shelf, right? So please dekho, don't go by what is written on the in bigger print. Look at the smaller print and then make a choice. What do you say? Uh, informed choice. Why do we say high sugar नहीं लेना चाहिए? क्योंकि जब आप sugar लेते हो तो it gets processed faster. आपको yes your tongue बहुत taste buds are very happy, your mind is very happy, खुश हो गए. लेकिन sugar is processed, it is your processed carbs and hence it gets digested early. आपका जो sugar spike मिलता है, energy spike, वो नीचे भी जल्दी जाता है and you will feel like eating more sugars after that or more processed food, yeah, more junk food after that. It impacts overall your negative health because आपके gut के लिए भी sugar is not helping in any way. Negative impact on your liver health also because your liver is more stressed out in processing that. It also gives you mood swings. Sweet foods can be more addictive, and obviously, because of the addiction, will also cause greater depression and accelerated aging. Yes. Impact of high sugar food on gut health. Gut is a very big subject because it is now found that अगर आपका gut ठीक है तो most of your surrounding parameters, most of the health with respect to lifestyle etc. will be fine, right? So gut पे जब आप sugar खाते हो, your bad bacteria will get more happy and they will actually multiply. So your bad bacteria का जो numbers है that go higher. Okay, it actually disrupts in your gut motility. मतलब movement of your food from your stomach to your small intestines to your largest intestines. वो जो movement है, that also gets impacted by sugar intake. Increased risk of gut dysbiosis, मतलब imbalance, etc. Weight gain, but obvious because sugar is converted into fat when it is not needed. And especially when you're not going to be exercising, moving also after that, when you're taking in excess, आपको थोड़े टाइम के लिए ऐसे लगेगा कि नहीं, ठीक है, I'll have a lot of sugars, I'll do some exercise, I'll do a lot of walking and all of that. It will not help in the long run. Anything in excess, whether anything in excess is going to harm you in the long run. Just remember that. जब ये program शुरू हुआ था, I used to love dairy milk and I could have a whole packet. Okay, your fruit and nut dairy milk, I used to love it, Cadbury's and all. I used to love even Snickers. A lot of these, obviously I used to have, even today probably today in fact, since the last couple of months I've given up on brown sugar also. I've moved to jaggery and that also half a teaspoon in my chai because I'm not yet used to having a sugarless, meetha without any sweet, this thing chai, and that also I'm reducing. Coffee I've done away with, but what I'm coming back to is if a person like me can actually give up on sugars, on on all of these addictive substances, almost give up or reduce it by 90%, I think anyone can. Because I used to take it during my, when I used to feel a little stressful from, office pressures, ghar sambhalna, and I'm sure everyone goes through that, right? I'm sure everyone, absolutely everyone has pressures, and we feel that, that quick fixes will help. But unfortunately, those quick fixes put me at a very, very obese level. I was in pre-diabetic. I had all my triglycerides and cholesterols all haywire. Okay. And probably if I would have continued that way, shayad mera liver ka bhi issue ho jata, and definitely it would have gone beyond, right? So first thing is, please ensure you look at the hidden sugars. It is not just about क्या आप actually निकाल के डालते हो आपके चाय में या लस्सी में या anything, any food or the sweets that you eat. It is also there in what you're using, the packaged food that you're using to cook on a daily basis for yourself and your family. Remember, when you're eating, your family is also eating, your children are also eating. When your children are eating, they will get addicted to it for life. We didn't get as children and youngsters as much sugar as we are feeding our children today. Second thing is processed food. हम क्यों बोलते हैं कि आप ब्रेड मत खाओ या बेकरी आइटम्स मत खाओ, क्योंकि most of the bakery items are processed. Okay, they lack the nutrients. वो जो एक हस्क रहता है, वो whole grains में जो रहता है, it is not there in most of the breads that we get. Again, please look at the labels. Please look at the ingredients to really identify a whole wheat bread or multigrain bread. Even in that case, do not go beyond once a week in terms of breakfast for, eating bread for breakfast, because again, it is having preservatives, it has additives as well, right? It gives you empty calories. It is not going to give you any nutrition at all. And maximum agar aap kha rahe ho, one slice of bread, max two slices of bread, nothing beyond that. And it is possible to reduce. I used to eat 3 to 4 slices. When you have two fried eggs or anything, along with your toast, you can reduce it to one. Okay, you can do it, or to nil as well. Impacts your digestive health. You will see you will get more bloating. And trust me, if you're in your 20s and early 30s, शायद आज आपको वो impact नहीं लगेगा. लेकिन जैसे ही आप 35 के ऊपर हो जाओगे, जैसे ही आप 40s के ऊपर हो जाओगे, if you continue that lifestyle, you will get impacted. Okay, imbalance gut microbiome, again addictive in nature, क्योंकि वो processed रहता है. It the energy goes down immediately. Again, you'll feel hungry and you will feel like having junk food. Okay, alcohol. Now, alcohol consumption is, it impacts your sleep. It definitely reduces the quality of your sleep. It actually impacts your memory, long-term and short-term memory, your cognitive, how you respond to different challenges, etc. Not just when you're drinking, when you're drunk or when you have alcohol in your system, but the effects remain. Okay, and it leads to lowering your immunity. Okay, lowering your ability of your small intestines to actually absorb the nutrients, and hence it leads to nutritional deficiency. Increased risk of accidents to pata hi hai, isliye to bolte don't drink and drive. We are saying avoid drinking at all. Increased vulnerability to diseases. Now a lot of people will say कि यार हम enjoy करना ही भूल जाए क्या? There is a balance between enjoyment and health, right? You have to find that balance, because later on it will then suddenly lead to only hospital visits, right? And then your whole enjoyment that you had, all those memories will be of no use. Okay, it of course affects your heart as well. And why does it say increase vulnerability to disease? क्योंकि आपका immunity कम हो जाता है, so you're exposed to more viruses and bacteria. Smoking. Now we have big ads. I was just going the other day. I noticed one छोटा सा cigarette का दुकान and a big क्या बोलते हैं वो जो LED वाला display saying smoking is injurious to health, and yet there were 10 people smoking around it, right? Unfortunately, there are a lot of things that are banned in our country, but things like smoking, gutka. In fact, this includes gutka and all also, which probably the lower middle class and the poorer people actually have more of. It impacts your physical appearance. Okay, you will look older than the same aged people. Your everything. First, your facial, because that's how from inner out and outer in. Dono, it'll impact. Secondhand smoke is obviously impacting the people around you, the your family members. Lots of health risks, including your lung issues, including cancers, including even health heart disorders. Right, accelerating the aging process, which I just spoke about. It impairs your metabolism basically to digest food. Okay, to expend the energy. It reduces the nutrient absorption, and hence you will see not just because you're smoking and inhaling all of those toxics to your lungs, but even because it is reducing your immunity, you will see that people who smoke fall ill much more often. They get cough and cold, they get fever, they get their viral attacks much more often. Decreased microbial diversity in terms of it is impacting again your gut health. Now coming to fat, जिसमें हम और भी ज़्यादा डिटेल में जाएंगे. फैट्स कहाँ कहाँ मिलेंगे आपको? Not just in the oil that you use for cooking, but salad dressing. मैं भी यूज करती थी. अरे सलाद खा रहे हैं, लेकिन I used to have these very nice, okay, Thousand Island dressing. पता नहीं क्या क्या आता है. Now that's all the what do you say, the byproduct of inconvenience, right? सलाद बनाना है, लेकिन कौन taste कैसे लाएंगे? तो let's have a salad dressing. But unfortunately, salad dressings, your mayonnaise, are the worst thing that anyone can put in salad. जो भी आपका salads का positive effect है, it will be negated at least 10 times. Okay, processed snacks like your chips, even your anything, any of those. People have makhanas. I'd rather if you get the makhana and roast it at home rather than the packaged makhanas, because again it will be high in sugar content because of the processed granola bars and energy bars. They also, please read the labels. Now, I'm not saying 100% everything is bad, but look at the labels. They do have hidden fats, hidden sugars. Sugar-free ice creams and sugar-free cookies, they are not 0 calories. They are, even if they are sweetened with artificial sweeteners, it is still containing high fats. Okay. In the restaurants, parties and weddings, you are not in control of कितना तेल उसमें गया है, कौन सा तेल यूज हुआ है, whether it is reused, or the oil is heated many times, and hence it results into bad fats. So if you're going to be eating out a lot, it is definitely going to increase your fat content in terms of consumption. Now, even in dairy products, you get a lot of fats. Now, there are two things. You need fats. हम ये नहीं बोल रहे कि fats की जरूरत नहीं है, कि all fats are bad. No. You have good fats, you have bad fats. Some of the good fats that you get are from eggs, from avocados, coconut oil, nuts also, olive oil. So you have a lot of good options. The bad fats, if you see, are more that are fast food and processed. जो भी आप इधर देखोगे, margarine, French fries, donuts, cookies, pastries, all of these processed meats, hydrogenated oils. We will see more in details कि bad fats क्या हम avoid कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? Fats का impact क्या होता है gut health में? Slower digestion, okay, impact on your gut microbiota, increased risk of gut inflammation. This is all on with respect to your bad fats, okay? But you do need fats. You do need fats, right? It also impacts how your bile production and absorption happens in your liver. That's what is also leading to your fatty liver as well. What are fats? Let's come to the basics. Fats hai kya? They are one of the essential macronutrients. Macronutrients तीन है, एक protein, एक carbs and fats. ठीक है? So you need fats. Fats आपको क्या देती है? Energy देती है. Source of energy, right? Fats are also a subset of lipids जो आपके body को चाहिए. They are like your backup battery. Nice way to remember कि it gives you that energy when you are low, when you have not had any food. So your body actually stores fat so that वो इमरजेंसी के टाइम पे वो यूज कर सकती है. एंड यू कैन फाइंड फैट्स इन बोथ एनिमल एंड प्लांट फूड्स. अगेन फंक्शंस क्या है? स्टोरेज ऑफ एनर्जी, cell function. Now you will understand this better when I'm talking about omega-3. It actually helps in improving your cell function in all every aspect of it. In brain function, insulation and protection from heat as well as cold, right? When Farooq was talking about the Eskimos, they have a huge amount of fat to protect themselves from cold. The only difference is they have the right fat, right? And even if they are bulky and heavy, they don't get heart attacks and all. If someone has joined late and missed the first part of what Farooq said, you have to ask for the recording, because I will not be able to do justice to that. Nutrient absorption, fats. There are some fat soluble in nutrients, okay, which do not get absorbed with just water or just vegetables, which have more of fiber content. You need those fats you need the fats to absorb those nutrients, like vitamin K and E are some of them, even D as well, I think. Yeah, D, yes. Hormone production. It helps in different hormone production. It is okay. There are two types of fats. One is your subcutaneous fat, जो बाहर skin के नीचे है, okay, muscles and skin के in between that. But there is also a fat called your visceral fat, which is surrounding all your vital organs, heart के around, stomach के around, all of that. That fat is also coming. It provides that cushioning ताकि organs don't hit each other and get injured, right? Simple layman language. Regulating your hunger and satiety. It helps in feeling full as well. Okay. दो तरह के फैट्स हैं. ज्यादा मैं डिटेल में नहीं जाऊंगी, बट आई विल टेल यू. वन इज नॉन एसेंशियल फैट, वन इज फैट एसेंशियल फैट. नॉन एसेंशियल फैट का मतलब क्या है? हमारे बॉडी के अंदर एनीथिंग दैट इज नॉन एसेंशियल, विटामिन में भी हम बोलते हैं, we talk in quite a few other aspects also. Something that is non-essential means body में वो synthesize होता है, अपनी body बना सकती है वो with what we eat, and mostly it is very very easily available in what we eat. So उसमें क्या है? Saturated fat, monosaturated fat, and then trans fat. First thing is saturated and monosaturated. ये आपके इसमें आता है meat, dairy products, ghee, butter. These are the sources. But remember, these are not necessary. लेकिन ये हम रोज खाते हैं, even if it is not necessary. Can you now understand? Though the body can synthesize it, we are still getting that from outside. In your monosaturated fats, you have all of the oils जो room temperature पे वो liquid रहती है, और फ्रिज में डालो तो solid होती है, right? These are synthesized in your body, and hence आपको दिन में literally the whole day you need just 1 teaspoon of oil in the whole day in your diet. Trans fat is the worst thing. जो आप heating of vegetable oils या fried food से जो होता है, वो it converts into trans fat, and that is absolutely not good for us. Even bakery foods have trans fats, and hence we say please avoid fried foods, please avoid bakery foods. Okay. Now we are looking at essential fats, and we will delve more because that is required by our body. Okay. There are two types. Sources are safflower, sesame, sunflower, corn, soybean, nuts, and seeds. And there are two types, which is omega-3 and omega-6. इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा और बात करेंगे, बिकॉज ये बहुत जरूरी है समझना. omega-3 फैटी एसिड्स के सोर्सेस मोस्टली बहुत कम है. ओके. जल्दी मिलता नहीं है from the diet that we eat. Sources are mostly in fish, and vegetarians में you will have अखरोट, walnut में है, chia seeds में है, flax seeds में है. But walnut में you also have a lot of calories. You have even the other omega-6 fat also. Flaxseed also has omega-6. Omega-6 कहाँ से मिलेगा आपको? Eggs, vegetable oils से मिलेगा, flaxseed से मिलेगा. वो जब फैट्स हम खाते हैं अंदर बॉडी में, what does it give you? ALA, EPA, DHA, omega-3 gives you, and fatty acids gives you linoleic acid and forget the pronunciation, these two acids. Both are essential. But in the food that we eat, हमें बहुत means amount में omega-6 मिल जाती है. right? Omega-3 नहीं मिलती है, but the benefits of omega-3, look at this. हार्ट हेल्थ के लिए हेल्प होता है, ब्रेन फंक्शन के लिए हेल्प होता है, प्लस इट इज एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी. It is actually helping you keep all your inflammations, all your aches throughout your body, wherever it may be. It helps you reduce that omega-3. Okay, it helps you even with your weight loss, contributes to cell structure. So omega-6 is required क्योंकि सेल का जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो फर्म रहता है, वो हेल्दी रहता है, उसका फंक्शन, इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स, ऑल ऑफ दिस. Now the problem is the balance. We'll first see the sources and I'll come to the balance. Plant-based sources of omega-3. Okay, let me just look at I'll tell you the balance. Now the ratio that we need is, yeah, I'll go to this slide first. What do we need? We need a ratio of say 1:4, I would say. Say 1:2. Ideal situation में रहेगा, लेकिन 1:4 would also be okay. But because इतना ज्यादा सोर्सेज मींस omega-6 के सोर्सेज ज्यादा है हमारे इनटेक में, फूड सोर्सेज नेचर में, यूजुअली क्या हो जाता है, इन अ हेल्दी पर्सन, इन अ हेल्दी फिट पर्सन जिसका BMI, visceral fat, age, everything is good, probably someone like Farooq, it will be probably 1:20. In people like us, it could also be 1:50 and 1:70. मतलब omega-6 का उतना ज्यादा है. Now हम रोक नहीं सकते omega-6 उतना, because you get it very naturally from what you eat, right? So the only way is boost your omega-3. ठीक है? So omega-3, it is both of these anti-inflammatory. As soon as you increase your omega-3s, it will help you in reducing your inflammations. Now let's go back. Omega-3 के sources क्या है? There are plant-based sources and fishes. It's not there in any of the other animal sources, only in marine sources. Okay. Now plant-based sources में हमने क्या देखा? There are 3 acids or in क्या बोलते हैं? Omega-3 basically gets broken down to 3 different acids, right? So these 3 acids the body needs. अनफॉर्चुनेटली प्लांट सोर्सेज, मतलब आपने चिया सीड्स खा लिया, आपने वॉलनट्स खा लिया, उससे सिर्फ ALA आएगा. आपको EP और DHA सिर्फ मरीन सोर्सेज से मिलता है. ओके, नाउ ALA का भी क्या हो जाता है, वो कन्वर्जन फॉर योर बॉडी टू बी एबल टू कन्वर्ट इट फ्रॉम योर चिया सीड्स और समथिंग, वेरी वेरी लिमिटेड बायो अवेलेबिलिटी. आप खा नहीं सकते हो. आप 250 grams of, you will need to eat 250 grams of chia seeds if you need to eat the sufficient amount of omega-3, and that also ALA. Limited bioavailability, nutrient profile is, usually you get it in protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They are more sustainable and have a lower environmental impact because obviously you're not harming anything, right? Here, you need to have direct consumption and it will get directly converted. Okay, provide preformed, basically you utilize it directly as EPA and DHA. You get it in high quality of protein. When you basically marine sources में क्या है, you have omega-3 and you get very high quality of protein in that. जब आप, say for example, when you're eating walnuts or something, or probably even the chia seeds, soaked chia seeds, you will get protein, fiber, and vitamins and minerals plus this. So you need a balance of both. हम ये नहीं बोले सिर्फ marine sources का, ये खाओ, both, you need both of it, right? The only issue is the right source. Overfishing or harming the marine ecosystem में, that is getting depleted. So obviously, you need to see the right source of omega-3, EPA, and DHA, where the marine sources are also not getting impacted. We need it. Now, unfortunately, there is an impact of imbalanced fat. Because of that, our impact of non-communicable diseases is increasing. Obesity in all of us, of course, we have talked about it in the last session as well. 1 in 4 are obese today in India, right? जब आप सुबह, in every session, you will see that there is a take on each of these macro and micronutrients in morning nutrition. मतलब सुबह जब आप वो लेते हो तो क्या होता है, सुबह नहीं लेते हो तो क्या होता है, ठीक है? When you take healthy fats, in the morning. I'm not talking about, the saturated, unsaturated. I'm talking about your omega-3 and omega-6. तभी आपका जो nutrient depletion होता है through the day, that reduces. Your metabolic rate increases. जब आप सो के उठते हो, आपका metabolic rate is at the lowest. जब आप fat लेते हो, जब आप protein लेते हो सुबह, तो metabolic rate up होता है क्योंकि our body takes more effort to actually break them down. Energy expenditure ज़्यादा होता है. So lesser chances of weight gain. Again, I'm talking about the right fats. I'm not talking about all fats. It improves your nutrient absorption. It helps in bile secretion. Bile हमारे किधर से आता है? From your stomach, right? It needs to bile the stomach. Yeah, stomach acid. So yes. So this is if you're eating the right fats in the morning, along with the right balance of protein and micronutrients, you will remain fit and fit in terms of your activity because energy burning ज़्यादा है, nutrient absorption ज़्यादा है. लेकिन अगर आप अच्छे तरह से breakfast नहीं खाओगे, if you have processed foods like your biscuits, your cakes, or bread, for example, or just a roti and chai, right, which is again something that people are used to having, that's not going to help you. It will increase your obesity, it will impact your brain, it will impact your cognitive senses also. Now, बहुत लोग हमें पूछते हैं एंड बहुत ऐसे फैट्स भी आए हैं रिगार्डिंग ऑयल, कौन सी ऑयल खानी चाहिए, कैसी खानी चाहिए, एक्सेट्रा. Few things not to do and few things that you can take away from here. ऑयल को जब आप किसी चीज के लिए अगर आप एक बार हीट कर चुके हो, then do not use that oil again because reheated oil consumption may lead to damage to the cells of your body and can give a toxic effect to the body. जितना oil को आप reheat कर रहे हो, it increases the toxicity, right? So you should not be reusing the oil. Hidden fats. We have talked about this a lot. Baked food items still have vegetable oil even if they are labeled as 0% trans fat. So even vegetable oil is giving you additional extra fat which you don't need. Cold pressed oil. Now it is recommended कि अपना जो traditional system था of extracting the oil the cold pressed way, that is now showing that this retains more of the natural flavor. Plus जो say seeds, say for example your palm oil or your even your groundnut oil, all of the ones, if it's cold pressed, उसमें जो बाकी nutrients है, right, that get retained rather than having refined or double refined. So definitely refined oil avoid करिएगा. Though it removes the impurities, it will also remove all the nutrition and सिर्फ fat ही आ जाएगा आपके पास. ठीक है? Supplementation time, कब आपको omega-3? Because we don't get it through nature, it is recommended to supplement through the right source. Ideally, take more during the morning. रात को avoid, but you can take it in the afternoon and early evening. रात को क्यों हम बोल रहे हैं avoid करो? Because it will keep you active. Okay, so it's best to be had again in the morning, especially the ones that give you EPA DHA. Now, अभी इतना सारा मैंने बोला कि through the food that we get, through the vegetarian food and all, we don't get a lot of omega-3. Even those who eat fish, the fish that we get in India or most of the world, except for some of the northernmost countries, they have a lot of mercury in it because they were all living in polluted waters, right? So you will still not get the amount that जितना आपको ओमेगा 3 चाहिए, अगर आप सुबह शाम भी खा रहे हो फिश, उतना नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि वो impure है. How much do you need for a male, an average male? You need 1600 milligrams of omega 3, and for an average female, you need 1100 milligrams of omega 3 on a daily basis. How will it help you? It will help you balance your HDL, LDL to reduce your high triglycerides. Triglycerides आपका कब one of the reasons when your triglycerides increase is when you get into stress. Omega-3 helps you when you're in a stressful situation also. It prepares your body as well, right? Helps you with your heart health, brain health, joint flexibility. It gives you, that lubrication for your joint. then supports your vision health and your circulatory health. So it's not just something it's absolutely at the cellular level, but all your functions are supported by omega-3. Now, agar aap khane se lene jate the, so you would need 100 eggs to have, per day, but it will also give you so many grams of fats and 6,929 calories, which you can't. You just cannot. You'll have a heart attack and die, right? Milk, 31 glasses. No, you can't have it. Dates, 98 dates. It's impossible. And hence, we recommend supplementation. Supplement from Nutrilite. Because Nutrilite has a promise where they do not harm the biodiversity of the marine animals. Okay, it does not deplete the biodiversity, and they take utmost care to give us the pure form, mostly by extracting the oil from the fishes, right? So one soft gel of omega-3 that you get has 180 milligrams of EPA and 120 milligrams of DHA. Okay, and only 10 calories, right? So you can probably just start with 2 capsules, soft gels. It is not capsules, sorry, it is soft gels of omega-3 every day. I give it to my family. I have a little bit more than what I give to my mom or my daughters. I even give my dog, my pet dog, omega-3, because it is absolutely beneficial. And why not, right? Um, it is sourced, the Nutrilite omega-3, it is a salmon omega-3 sourced from fish oil. If you want more details about this, ask the person who has invited you to send a short video, or we can even share it on the group. But this is one macronutrient that you have to have handy. जब हमारे घर में किसी को सर्दी जुकाम होता है, even a hint of it, along with a few of the other things, one thing that I increase is omega-3, because it's fighting, it helps you fight those inflammations. Choose wellness over sweetness. Say no to high fat food. Farm to fork, जितना होता है घर में खाना banao. Of course, I know that it's difficult for quite a few, but still, as Farooq said at the start, if you can plan, you'll need to do a little bit more planning. You will be able to manage using lesser or skipping out on the processed food altogether. Raise the bar to self-love. Quit smoking, quit drinking, free your lungs, reclaim your life, quit smoking today. Well, that was all on fats. That was all on the, harmful, harsh realities. We do encourage every one of us to, including myself, to shine every day. I have to remind myself every day is a new day. So start the day with gratitude. I'm so thankful for, Farooq's advice on the group, for Rad's, advice in the direction of health, because if that was not there with me today, I don't know what I would have done 2 years back when I had the worst, uh, you know, um, probably toxic office culture, right? So have your nutrition, because there is a gap in the food that we eat. You need to supplement with the right organic supplementation and having the right balanced food plate. Intentions. What are your health goals? We keep saying it is very, very important to visualize. What are your goals in life? Write it down, set those clear intentions. Learn something new every day. I learned something more today when Farooq just explained so much more at the start. Exercise daily, a walk, 20-minute walk, 40-minute walk. If you're not doing anything today, start with a 20-minute walk. Start with just stretching yourself. If you're doing that much, then up it. But again, Farooq always says, not too much, not too less. You need to find a balance, but you need to stretch yourself a little bit more than what you're comfortable with, so that your body gets more fitter day by day. So that is all from my side. I hope this added value to your decision on how you're going to be eating your fats. Back to you, Ruchita.
Thank you, Veda. That was wonderfully explained, and I'm sure it has helped everyone understand how to consume their fats better now. With that, we come to an end of this session. But like I keep saying, we cannot possibly have all the discussion all at once. So, which is why we keep requesting you to keep coming back to these meetings. And in the next one, we are going to be discussing about our gut health. So, until then, good night, stay safe, and see you in the next session.